On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Marine.
Relating to the sea and the creatures and plants that live there.
Examples:
Marine insurance. Variety of marine life. Seals and whales are marine animals beloved by the people.
Toxicology.
The study of poisonous substances and their effects on organisms, including humans.
Examples:
Molecular toxicology. Forensic toxicology. The toxicology report showed that the victim had high levels of poison in their system.
Concerned.
Feeling worry or interest about something, showing interest or attention.
Examples:
Persons concerned. Concerned citizen. I am concerned about the safety of the children playing in the park.
Gulf.
A large ocean inlet or deep bay that is partially enclosed by land.
Examples:
Gulf War. Gulf Stream. The Gulf of Mexico is a body of water in the southern United States.
Massive.
Enormous amount, very heavy and solid.
Examples:
Massive amounts. Massive stars. The recent economic downturn has resulted in massive layoffs.
Toxic.
Of or relating to or caused by a poison, poisonous.
Examples:
Toxic molecule. Exposure to toxic chemicals. This chemical compound is 1,000-fold more toxic.
Dispersant.
A substance or agent that is used to disperse, scatter, or distribute particles or substances within a medium, often used in industrial processes or in environmental cleanup to break up and disperse oil spills, for example.
Examples:
Chemical dispersant. Water-based dispersant. The emergency response team quickly deployed dispersant agents to tackle the oil spill at sea.
Pollution.
The introduction of harmful substances or waste into the natural environment that causes adverse change.
Examples:
Environmental pollution. High levels of air pollution. The pollution is endangering the local plants and animals.
Mammal.
Any animal of which the female gives birth to live young, not eggs, and feeds her young on milk from her own body.
Examples:
A primitive mammal. A sort of mammal. Marine mammal populations are declining worldwide due to ocean pollution.
Chain.
A series of connected links or objects, a system or group of interconnected elements, a restraint or shackle.
Examples:
Chain reaction. Supply chain. The chain on my bike broke, leaving me stranded.
Substance.
The real physical material of which a thing or person consists, the most important or main part of some idea or experience, an illegal drug.
Examples:
An explosive substance. Substance abuse problem. The substance of the argument was well presented.
Slide.
To move or cause to move smoothly along a surface without interruption.
Examples:
Slide a card across the table. Slide a glance. If necessary, you can slide the front seats forward.
Chemical.
Relating to or connected with chemistry.
Examples:
Toxic chemicals. A chemical compound. The firm has grown into a large chemical manufacturing.
Compound.
An item composed of two or more distinct elements combined, a chemical formed by the combination of two or more elements.
Examples:
Aquatic compound. Harmful compound. Common salt is a sodium and chlorine compound.
Staggering.
So shocking as to stun or overwhelm.
Examples:
Staggering number. A staggering defeat. The amount of money required was staggering.
Regularly.
At regular intervals or times.
Examples:
Regularly arranged. Post regularly to a blog. This site regularly shares high-quality academic materials.
Predict.
To state beforehand that something will happen in the future, mainly based on knowledge or experience.
Examples:
Predict the future. Predict when she will arrive. It's notoriously challenging to predict birth rates.
Extinct.
No longer in existence.
Examples:
Extinct by human activity. Long extinct volcano. Many species have become extinct due to habitat destruction and other human activities.
Atlantic.
Relating to or located near the Atlantic Ocean, which is the second largest ocean on Earth, located between the continents of North and South America to the west and Europe and Africa to the east.
Examples:
Atlantic breeze. Atlantic salmon. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June to November each year.
Seal.
To close or fasten an envelope, etc., securely. Noun, a large marine mammal that chiefly lives in cold regions and comes on shore to breed.
Examples:
Seal a hole. A fur seal. He sealed the letter with hot wax.
Investigation.
The act or process of thoroughly examining a crime, problem, statement, etc., to uncover the truth.
Examples:
A preliminary investigation. The scope of an investigation. We have never before conducted a legitimate investigation.
Flame.
A bright, visible light and heat source caused by combustion, a strong, intense feeling typically associated with passion, aggression, or anger.
Examples:
Flame of passion. Simmering flame. The flame of the candle flickered in the darkness of the room.
Retardant.
A substance used to slow or prevent the spread of fire, a chemical added to a material to make it less flammable. Adjective, of or relating to something that slows down or inhibits a process or action.
Examples:
Age retardant. Fire retardant equipment. The engineer added a corrosion retardant to the metal structure to extend its lifespan.
Bromine.
A chemical element with the symbol Br and atomic number 35, which is a reddish-brown volatile liquid halogen used in various industrial applications such as disinfectants, flame retardants, and pharmaceuticals.
Examples:
Bromine gas. Atmospheric bromine. The lab technician handled the bromine solution with extreme caution.
Cushion.
A soft, padded object that is used to make a hard surface more comfortable or to protect an object from damage.
Examples:
Cushion against inflation. Rear seat cushions. He placed a cushion on the floor for his dog to lie on.
Sink.
To submerge or go down below the surface of a liquid or substance, to decline or deteriorate, to cause something to go down into a liquid substance or sink into something else.
Examples:
Sink a lot of capital. Sink a buzzer beater. The abandoned ship slowly began to sink into the murky waters of the harbor.
Complicated.
Involving a lot of different things or parts in a way that is difficult to understand or analyze.
Examples:
A complicated process. Become increasingly complicated. He did complicated pen and ink drawings in just a few days.
Pathway.
A track that constitutes or serves as a path, an approach or a way of doing something.
Examples:
Pathway to understanding. Cellular signaling pathways. When the first molecule in the pathway receives a signal, it activates other molecules.
Concentration.
The ability to focus all your time and energy on one thing without thinking about anything else.
Examples:
Concentration of armaments. His research area of concentration. This exam requires excellent concentration to pass.
Landfill.
A site for the disposal of waste materials.
Examples:
Disposal in a landfill. Landfill sites. This country faces problems in finding enough suitable landfill sites.
Treatment.
The way in which someone deals with or behaves towards someone or something, medical care provided to a patient for an injury or illness.
Examples:
First aid treatment. Treatment by diet. The primary purpose of the treatment is pain relief.
E-waste.
Electronic waste, particularly discarded electronic equipment such as computers, smartphones, and televisions.
Examples:
E-waste disposal. Harmful e-waste. The growing problem of e-waste is a primary concern for environmentalists.
Dump.
To deposit or dispose of something, such as trash, waste, etc., carelessly or hurriedly.
Examples:
Dump the gravel on the road. Dump hazardous waste. The company dumped him after several years of service.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Harbor.
An area of water next to the coast where ships and boats are protected from rough water by piers, jetties, and other artificial structures. Verb, keep in one's possession.
Examples:
A sheltered harbor. Harbor a resentment. The tsunami swamped every boat in the harbor.
Ban.
To officially or legally forbid or refuse to allow something.
Examples:
Ban gender-related job discrimination. Ban any type of cloning. We should ban mildly violent video games from a child's development perspective.
Neurotoxin.
A poisonous substance that damages or destroys nerve tissue and causes neurological damage or dysfunction. A toxin that specifically targets the nervous system.
Examples:
Snake neurotoxin. Lethal neurotoxin. Certain types of fish contain neurotoxins that can harm humans if ingested.
Phase out.
The gradual and deliberate process of discontinuing or reducing the use or production of a particular product, service, or technology, often in favor of a newer or more efficient alternative.
Examples:
Phase-out plan. Phase-out period. The phase-out of the old product line is scheduled for next year.
Don.
A Spanish gentleman, a university lecturer, especially a senior member of a college at Oxford or Cambridge.
Examples:
The dawn of the university. Don Giovanni. He could never go against what Don Carlos said.
Lab.
A workplace for the conduct of scientific research, a laboratory.
Examples:
Lab instrument. Medical lab. The Prime Minister will pay a courtesy visit to the Nobel laureate's lab.
Detect.
To find or recognize something, especially something difficult to see, hear, etc.
Examples:
Detect a bad event. Detect smuggling across borders. The security camera has detected 4 intruders.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
Probable outcome. Probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Cocktail.
A drink, usually an alcoholic one, made by mixing one or more spirits, equals strong alcoholic drinks, and fruit juice, an appetizer served as a first course at a meal.
Examples:
A light cocktail. Cocktail of chemicals. We invited some friends for a cocktail party.
Recipient.
A person who receives something.
Examples:
A recipient of a Nobel Prize. A recipient of a lung transplant. When performing an organ transplant, it is necessary to test for compatibility between the donor and recipient.
Regulation.
An official rule made and maintained by a government or some other authority, the act of controlling or directing something according to a rule.
Examples:
A company regulation. Regulation by the government. The regulation approved by Congress was perfunctorily implemented.
Behold.
To look at and observe with attention.
Examples:
Behold the sunrise. A joy to behold. His angry expression was not a pleasant sight to behold.
High-end.
Of the highest quality or luxury, often used to describe expensive or exclusive products or services.
Examples:
High-end hotels. High-end technology. The boutique sold high-end clothing and accessories for affluent customers.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Ignite.
To set on fire, to cause to start burning.
Examples:
Ignite a boom. Ignite passion. He ignited the fireworks with a single spark.
Regulate.
To control something, especially by means of rules or laws.
Examples:
Regulate blood sugar levels. Regulate our conduct. We must manage to regulate our expenditure.
Prop.
A piece of wood, metal, etc., placed beneath or against something to support it or keep it in position, a system, institution, or person that gives help or support to someone or something.
Examples:
Emotional prop. Prop stick. We have finally lost our last prop.
Industrious.
Hardworking, diligent, and persistent in effort.
Examples:
Industrious worker. Industrious student. He was known to be very industrious and would often work late into the night.
Propaganda.
Information, ideas, or claims spread to influence public opinion or promote a particular cause or ideology.
Examples:
Propaganda campaign. Self-serving propaganda. The government used propaganda pictures to spread its message of national unity.
Brainwash.
To indoctrinate someone into a belief system or ideology by means of sustained persuasion or propaganda.
Examples:
Brainwash consumers into buying. Brainwash young people into joining. The cult leader tried to brainwash his followers into believing he was a god.
Forth.
Forward, outward, or onward in location, direction, or progress, into view or consideration, with confidence, boldness, or in the open.
Examples:
Bring forth a beautiful vase. Call forth demand. I pushed forth with my new project, even though it would take much hard work.
Ingredient.
One of the things used to make something, especially one of the foods used to make a particular dish.
Examples:
Secret ingredients. Compound the ingredients. Greed is the primary ingredient in the making of criminals.
Consequently.
As a result or outcome of something.
Examples:
Consequently unable to start her studies. Consequently affect the organs. Consequently, the company had to lay off some of its employees.
Innocent.
Not guilty of a crime, offense, etc., not having an evil mind or knowledge.
Examples:
An innocent child. Thousands of innocent people. My husband was found innocent of any crime.
Guilty.
Feeling responsible for or having done something wrong or criminal.
Examples:
Feel a bit guilty. Guilty verdict. After much contemplation, the suspect decided to plead guilty to the theft charge.
Burden.
A duty, responsibility, etc. that is oppressive or worrisome, a load, typically a heavy one that is difficult to carry.
Examples:
Carry a burden. Burden of disease. That car has a low environmental burden.
Proof.
A fact or piece of information that shows something is true or exists.
Examples:
Documentary proof. A geometric proof. Proof is better than argument.
Invite.
To ask someone to come or join, to offer an opportunity or possibility for something to happen or take place.
Examples:
Invite guests. Invite criticism. We want to invite you to our annual charity event.
Preliminary.
Serving as a preparation for something more important or extensive, introductory, taking place before the main event or decision.
Examples:
Preliminary investigation. Preliminary agreement. Before starting the project, we need to go through some preliminary research and planning.
Column.
One of the vertical blocks that split content on a page or screen from top to bottom, an upright pillar that often supports an arch, entablature, or other structure or stands alone as a monument.
Examples:
The spinal column. A column of water. The newspaper devoted several columns to the affair.
Dumb.
Lacking the power of speech, unable to speak, stupid, or lacking intelligence.
Examples:
Dumb creatures. Struck dumb. He made a dumb mistake and forgot to submit the report on time.
Dive.
To jump into the water with your head and arms going in first, or to move down to a deeper level underwater.
Examples:
Dive into anime communities. Dive off a cliff. The sperm whale can dive to 1,000 meters.
Slick.
Smoothly polished and shiny, cleverly and smoothly done, well organized and efficient.
Examples:
A slick operation. Slick design. The politician gave a slick speech, but it was full of empty promises.
Hazmat.
Abbreviation of hazardous material, referring to substances that pose a risk to human health and the environment.
Examples:
Hazmat material. Hazmat incident. The hazardous materials team was called to the scene in their hazmat suits.
Gear.
A toothed wheel that engages another toothed mechanism to change the speed or direction of transmitted motion, a set of tools, equipment, or other items for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Sports gear. A gear change lever. She checked her gear before embarking on the hike.
Ferocious.
Very fierce, savage, or cruel.
Examples:
Ferocious beast. Ferocious predator. The lion's ferocious roar could be heard from miles away.
Sore.
Painful or sensitive to the touch, inflamed or irritated, feeling deep distress, grief, or regret.
Examples:
Sore throat. Sore back. After the workout, my muscles were sore and achy.
Shock.
A strong feeling or physical reaction to a sudden and unexpected event or experience, especially something unpleasant.
Examples:
Death from shock. Shock resistant. He got an electric shock at work.
Haunted.
Inhabited, visited, or frequented by ghosts or spirits, disturbed or troubled by persistent or disturbing memories or emotions.
Examples:
Haunted house. Haunted by memories. The old mansion was known to be haunted, with strange noises and eerie sightings reported by visitors.
Droplet.
A small drop of liquid.
Examples:
Droplet size. Droplet formation. A single droplet of water can reflect the entire world upside down.
Disperse.
To spread out or distribute over a broad region, or to cause something to do so.
Examples:
Disperse false information. Disperse the protesters. Before authorities dispersed the protesters, they yelled slogans.
Catching.
Attracting attention or interest, likely to be noticed or remembered, appealing or compelling.
Examples:
Catching fire. Catching disease. The catching scent of freshly baked bread made my mouth water.
Plankton.
Tiny forms of plant and animal life that live in water or air on which other animals feed.
Examples:
Plankton blooms. Plankton community. Plankton is generally the foundation of the ocean food chain.
Bump.
To hit or knock against something hard, often with a dull sound, to meet with by accident.
Examples:
Bump against a wall. Bump up prices. She accidentally bumped into him in the crowded room.
Wisp.
A thin, delicate strand or vestige of something, such as smoke, vapor, or a piece of hair, a faint, barely perceptible indication or hint of something, a small creature or fairy, often depicted as a hovering, translucent figure.
Examples:
A wisp of mist. A wisp of conversation. The wisp of smoke from the candle added to the room's cozy ambience.
Trade-off.
A balance achieved between two desirable but incompatible features, an exchange that occurs as a compromise.
Examples:
Trade-off problem. Environmental trade-off. There was a trade-off between speed and accuracy in the task.
Wetland.
Land that is saturated with water, either permanently or seasonally, such as swamps, marshes, and bogs.
Examples:
Wetland conservation. Wetland ecosystem. The wetland area was home to many different species of birds.
Depth.
The distance between the top and bottom of something, between the top surface and a distance below it.
Examples:
Depth camera. The depth of the water. The pond's depth was around 5 feet.
Decision.
The act or process of making up someone's mind about something, a choice or judgment reached after considering options.
Examples:
Decision authority. A selfish decision. She was struggling to make a decision between 2 job offers.
Marsh.
A type of land that is always wet and has soft soil, swamp or bog.
Examples:
Marsh bird. River delta marsh. Environmentalists are concerned about the harm to the marsh.
Aggressive.
Behaving in an angry, energetic, or threatening way towards another person, tending to spread quickly.
Examples:
An aggressive war. An aggressive tumor. An aggressive tide wrecked the ship.
Scenario.
A description of possible actions or events in the future, a written outline of a play, film, or literary work.
Examples:
The worst case scenario. Number of different scenarios. The president prepared several possible scenarios for an enemy attack.
Mangrove.
A tropical coastal tree or shrub that grows in saline soil and has prop roots that help to stabilize it.
Examples:
Mangrove forest. Mangrove swamp. The mangrove trees are known for their ability to survive in saltwater and sandy soil.
Coral.
A rock-like substance created in the sea by groupings of specific types of small animals, commonly used in jewelry.
Examples:
Coral island. Coral ornament. She is wearing a coral necklace.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
Release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Darn.
To mend a piece of clothing by sewing over a hole or tear with small, tight stitches.
Examples:
Darn stockings. Darn hole. I have to darn these socks before they become unwearable.
Gallon.
A unit for measuring volume. In the US, it is equal to about 3.79 liters, and in the UK, Canada, and other countries, it is equal to about 4.55 liters.
Examples:
5-gallon square can. 10-gallon hat. The imperial gallon was standardized legally by the British Empire.
Plume.
A large feather or group of feathers worn as an ornament or a symbol of achievement or distinction, especially on a hat.
Examples:
Plume of smoke. Plume of feathers. The bird had a beautiful plume on its head.
Independence.
Freedom from another's or others' control or influence.
Examples:
Financial independence. Independence ceremony. There is nothing more valuable than independence and freedom.
Loom.
To appear or take shape as a large, especially in a frightening way.
Examples:
Loom over the global economy. Loom on the horizon. The issue of divorce loomed large in his mind.
Messy.
Disorganized and untidy.
Examples:
Messy data. Messy handling. His messy bedroom is always a source of frustration for his mother.
Federal.
Relating to a central government or national authority, refers to government policies, laws, or programs that are implemented at a national level rather than a state or local level.
Examples:
Federal regulations. Federal funding. The federal government announced new regulations to protect the environment.
Volume.
The amount of space occupied by an object or substance, the magnitude of sound.
Examples:
Volume of work. High volume. This container has a volume of 10 cubic meters.
Volatile.
Likely to change rapidly or unexpectedly, or being unstable or explosive.
Examples:
Highly volatile elements. Volatile markets. Their relationship was volatile and prone to sudden outbursts of anger.
Petroleum.
A flammable liquid consisting of a complex mixture of hydrocarbons that occurs naturally in certain rock formations and can also be refined to produce fuels such as gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel.
Examples:
Liquefied petroleum gas. crude petroleum. The country's economy relies heavily on its petroleum industry.
Fume.
To emit gas, smoke, vapor, or a strong, unpleasant odor, to show anger, irritation, or annoyance in a visible way. Noun, gas or vapor that is emitted from a substance, usually as a result of heating or combustion.
Examples:
Fume with anger. Acrid fumes. The angry customer began to fume when their order was delayed.
Solvent.
Capable of dissolving other substances, having sufficient money to pay all outstanding debts.
Examples:
A solvent liquid. Chemical solvents. The company was able to remain solvent throughout the economic downturn.
Rational.
Based on reason or logic, using good judgment and sound thinking.
Examples:
Rational decision. The rational faculty. The rational approach to problem solving involves weighing all options.
Complain.
To say dissatisfaction or annoyance about something or somebody.
Examples:
Complain about a job. Call and complain frequently. Our users are often complaining about the slow application.
Internal.
Of or relating to the inside of something.
Examples:
Internal organs. The internal economy. The Prime Minister cancelled visits to other countries to resolve internal disputes.
Spill.
To cause or allow liquid to run or flow over the edge of its container by accident.
Examples:
Spill a bit of wine. Spill my heart. He was determined to spill everything.
Doe.
A mature female of mammals of which the male is called a buck, such as a deer or a rabbit.
Examples:
Doe rabbit. Buck and doe. Hunters use a whistle that makes the doe sound to lure stags.
Cute.
Attractive, especially in a childlike or youthful way.
Examples:
Act cute. Super cute dress. The baby's chubby cheeks and big eyes made her look so cute.
Micelle.
A tiny spherical structure that forms when certain molecules are dispersed in a liquid, such as a colloid or suspension, typically composed of molecules with a hydrophilic, water-loving, head and a hydrophobic, water-repellent, tail.
Examples:
Micelle formation. Micelle stability. The micelles in this skincare product help remove dirt and oil from the pores.
Lipid.
Any of a group of organic compounds, including fats, oils, and waxes, That are insoluble in water, but soluble in organic solvents, and are essential constituents of living cells.
Examples:
lipid metabolism, blood lipid profile. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in foods like fish and nuts, are a type of lipid that is good for heart health.
Membrane.
A soft, thin layer that forms animal or vegetable tissue.
Examples:
cell membranes, nuclear membrane. Loud noises might harm the fragile ear membrane.
Surfactant.
A substance that reduces the surface tension between a liquid and a solid or between two liquids, typically used to stabilize or emulsify mixtures, a thin film or layer formed at the surface of a liquid.
Examples:
surfactant molecule, surfactant production. The surfactant in this cleaning solution helps to break down tough stains.
Wrap.
To cover or enclose something entirely with paper, cloth, or other material.
Examples:
wrap a fish in foil. Wrap up a meeting. Wrap the bandage tightly around the injured arm.
Grab.
To take hold of something or someone suddenly with a hand, especially in a violent way.
Examples:
grab an audience. Grab an opportunity. Shall we grab a bite to eat?
Glob.
A small, round mass or lump, a drop or blob of liquid or viscous substance.
Examples:
glob of paint. Glob of honey. She squeezed a glob of toothpaste onto her toothbrush.
Toxin.
A poisonous substance produced by a living organism, such as a plant, animal, or microorganism, a chemical compound that can cause harm or illness to a living organism.
Examples:
toxin exposure. Toxin production. Mold exposure can release dangerous toxins into the air.
Perspective.
A certain attitude towards something, a particular style of thinking about something.
Examples:
a perspective view. Perspective of the battle. His father's death changed his whole perspective on life.
Awful.
Causing fear, dread, or terror, very bad or unpleasant.
Examples:
an awful error. Do awful damage. I regretted making an awful mistake in my final exam.
Exposure.
The state of being in a particular situation or place where there is no protection from or guarantee to something harmful, the disclosure of something secret.
Examples:
a southern exposure. The exposure of a fraud. The long exposure to the air tarnished the antique tableware.
Combine.
To join or merge to form a single thing or group.
Examples:
Combine chemically with another substance. Combine augmented reality. Hydrogen and oxygen combine to form water.
Efficiently.
In a way that produces maximum output with minimum effort or expense.
Examples:
Efficiently combined. Develop software more efficiently. We can resolve support requests quickly and efficiently by utilization of AI.
Organ.
A part of the body of an animal or plant that has a particular purpose and performs a specific job.
Examples:
Organ bleeding. Damage to internal organs. These infections have the potential to impact practically every organ system.
Hasten.
To move or act quickly, to cause or encourage something to happen sooner or more rapidly, to accelerate or speed up.
Examples:
Hasten the process. Hasten the arrival. I need to hasten my speed to finish the race on time.
Readily.
Easily or willingly, without hesitation or difficulty, quickly or promptly.
Examples:
Readily available. Readily accessible. The user manual can readily find the information you're looking for.
Hydrocarbon.
An organic compound consisting entirely of hydrogen and carbon.
Examples:
Hydrocarbon production. Hydrocarbon molecules in crude oil. Burning hydrocarbons releases water vapor and carbon dioxide.
Synergy.
The interaction of elements that, when combined, produce a total effect that is greater than the sum of the individual elements.
Examples:
Synergy collaboration. Synergy between businesses. The new software program was designed to increase productivity by promoting employee synergy.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation-state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Chemistry.
The branch of the natural sciences dealing with the composition of substances and their properties and reactions.
Examples:
Professor of chemistry. The chemistry of soil. He is familiar with chemistry and biology.
Cartwheel.
A gymnastic move in which a person performs a spinning movement with the body held straight while moving sideways in a handstand position, the wheel of a cart.
Examples:
Cartwheel kick. Attempt a cartwheel. The gymnast did a perfect cartwheel across the mat.
Interaction.
The act of connecting with someone, mainly when working, playing, or spending time with them.
Examples.
The interaction between man and his environment. Interaction among human beings. The interaction of the two groups is good for brainstorming.
Byproduct.
A secondary or incidental product produced in the manufacture or synthesis of something else.
Examples.
Toxic byproducts. Byproduct of technology. The byproduct of the energy production process is a large amount of carbon dioxide emissions.
Metal.
A solid material that is typically hard, shiny, malleable, fusible, and ductile, with good electrical and thermal conductivity, and often used as a structural material, a conductor of heat or electricity, or for decorative purposes.
Examples.
Metal fabrication. Precious metal. The construction worker used a metal saw to cut through the stubborn sheet metal.
Arsenic.
A poisonous chemical element that occurs naturally in some rocks and minerals and is sometimes used in pesticides and wood preservatives.
Examples.
Arsenic poisoning. Arsenic contamination. Exposure to arsenic in drinking water can cause serious health problems.
Chromium.
A metallic element with the symbol Cr and atomic number 24, commonly used in the production of alloys, electroplating, and stainless steel.
Examples.
Chromium mining. Chromium supplement. Chromium-plated fixtures are popular because of their corrosion resistance.
Cancer.
Abnormal growth of cells that can invade and destroy surrounding tissues and organs. A disease characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells.
Examples.
Cancer diagnosis. Cancer research. Breast cancer is the most common type of cancer in women.
Ridiculous.
Very silly or unreasonable and deserving to be laughed at.
Examples.
A ridiculous amount of money. A ridiculous suggestion. Everyone regarded the theory he advocated as ridiculous, but was later proven correct.
Ultimate.
Furthest or highest in degree or order.
Examples.
The ultimate goal in life. The ultimate luxury. Management must take ultimate responsibility for the accident.
Derivative.
Something which is based on another thing or word or idea, a financial instrument whose value is based on another security.
Examples.
Derivative works. Derivative products. French is a derivative of Latin.
Sorbitan.
A chemical compound derived from sorbitol, sugar alcohol, often used as an emulsifier or stabilizer in the production of food, cosmetics, and pharmaceuticals.
Examples:
Sorbitan palmitate, sorbitan oleate. The recipe calls for the use of sorbitan monostearate as an emulsifier.
Distill.
To purify or refine, to extract the essential elements.
Examples:
Distill a liquid, distill information. She decided to distill her thoughts into a more manageable list.
Identify.
To recognize someone or something and say or prove who or what they are.
Examples:
Identify handwriting, identify gene sequences. I will introduce you to how to identify the leading causes of the malfunction.
Certainty.
The state of being certain.
Examples:
Scientific certainty. Reach certainty about the theory. Through investigation, his suspicions hardened into certainty.
Wildlife.
Animals, birds, insects, etc. that grow independently of people and live in natural conditions.
Examples:
Wildlife sanctuary. Bird and other wildlife. The conservation area has an abundance of wildlife.
Refuge.
The state of being safe or protected from danger, trouble, or difficulty, or a place providing shelter or protection from them.
Examples:
Refuge camp. A harbor of refuge. Some of the émigrés sought refuge in this country.
Diversity.
The quality or fact of many different types of things or people being included in something, a range of different things or people.
Examples:
The diversity policy of the university. Lingual diversity. He was impressed by the range and diversity of the collection.
Appreciate.
To value and acknowledge the worth of someone or something, to be grateful for something or someone.
Examples:
Appreciate her feedback. Appreciate the value. We would appreciate an early reply.
Vent.
A small opening to escape or release gas, air, liquid, etc., activity or process that frees or expresses strong creative energy or emotion.
Examples:
Volcanic vent. Vent tube. He gave vent to his anger by playing the guitar.
Anguish.
Severe physical or emotional pain or suffering, distress or mental agony.
Examples:
Anguish and pain. Emotional anguish. She suffered from a deep sense of anguish following the loss of her loved one.
Quarter.
One of four equal parts, a fourth part or portion.
Examples:
A quarter mile. End of the first quarter. The unemployment rate in the first quarter was 2.3 percentage points higher than in the previous.
Fertilization.
The process of joining a sperm and an egg to produce an embryo.
Examples:
Fertilization process. Artificial fertilization. The fertilization of the soil allowed for a bountiful harvest.
Sensitive.
Able to notice slight changes, signals, or influences. Able to feel or perceive others' feelings. Susceptible to the things people say or do.
Examples:
Sensitive documents. Baby with sensitive skin. The teacher is very sensitive to children's feelings.
Combination.
A collection of things that have been combined, an assemblage of separate parts or qualities.
Examples:
Genic combinations. Combination number. The combination to the safe was a secret.
Fee.
A sum of money charged for a particular service.
Examples:
Fee calculation. Service fee. The lawyer's fee for the case was $10,000.
Indiscriminately.
Done without any distinction or selection, randomly or without careful consideration.
Examples:
Act indiscriminately. Lay off employees indiscriminately. The soldiers fired their weapons indiscriminately during the battle.
Mixture.
A combination of different elements, substances, or entities, usually in non-uniform proportions, resulting in a homogeneous or heterogeneous blend of physical or chemical properties.
Examples:
Mixture of emotions. Perfect mixture. The paint was a mixture of different pigments to achieve the desired color.
Dose.
A quantity or amount of medicine or a drug that is taken or administered at one time, typically measured out in specific units, a similar measure of exposure to a harmful substance or radiation.
Examples:
Dose adjustment. Daily dose. She took the recommended dose of medication to treat her headache.
Piscivorous.
Describing an animal or organism that primarily feeds on fish.
Examples:
Piscivorous mammals. Piscivorous bird. The coastal region is a haven for piscivorous birds like herons and kingfishers.
Cob.
A type of bread made from cornmeal, traditionally associated with Native American cuisine, the central hub or axis of a wheel or turbine, a small, delicately built horse, typically used for riding or light work.
Examples:
Cob construction. Cob loaf. The chef boiled the corn cob in water before roasting it on the grill.
Amber.
A hard, translucent, yellow-orange or brownish-yellow fossil resin that is used in jewelry and ornamentation and often contains insects or other small organisms that were trapped inside when the resin was sticky, also used to describe the color that resembles this type of resin.
Examples:
Amber resin, amber ale. The bracelet was made of beautiful amber stones.
Tuna.
A large fish of the mackerel family, found in warm seas, commonly used for commercial and sport fishing and as a food source for humans and other animals.
Examples:
Tuna steak, canned tuna. I made a tuna sandwich for lunch today.
Shark.
A long-bodied, mostly predatory marine fish that has sharp teeth and a pointed fin on its back. A person who is ruthless, greedy, and dishonest.
Examples:
A man-eating shark, card shark. He borrowed money from a loan shark.
Gill.
A respiratory organ of fish and some other aquatic animals that extracts dissolved oxygen from water and excretes carbon dioxide.
Examples:
Gill slits, gill apparatus. The fish's gills are necessary for extracting oxygen from the water.
Respiratory.
Relating to the organs and processes involved in breathing, such as the lungs and the act of inhaling and exhaling air.
Examples:
Respiratory failure. Alleviate respiratory ailments. Chronic respiratory disorders, such as asthma, can significantly impact a person's quality of life.
Clog.
To obstruct or block up a passage, pipe, or system with an accumulation of thick or sticky matter. To impede or hinder the progress or movement of something.
Examples:
Clog a filter. Clog artery. The drain was clogged with hair and needed to be cleaned out.
Pneumonia.
An infection or inflammation of the lungs, typically caused by bacteria, viruses, or other microorganisms.
Examples:
Bacterial pneumonia, viral pneumonia. She was hospitalized with a severe case of pneumonia.
Aspiration.
A strong desire to achieve something, the action or process of drawing breath.
Examples:
No aspiration for fame. Aspiration into the lungs. He has an aspiration to become a doctor.
Ingest.
To take food or drink into the body, often through the mouth, to absorb or assimilate something, often used to describe the intake of information or knowledge.
Examples:
Ingest food. Ingest medication. People who compulsively ingest non-food items, such as dirt or chalk, suffer from a condition called pica.
Breath.
The air that is taken into and expelled from your lungs. The process of taking into and expelling air from your lungs.
Examples:
Hold your breath. Breath of wind. He bated his breath when talking about this affair.
Exposed.
Having no protection or shield from something, such as bad weather, attack, or criticism.
Examples:
Exposed to radiation. An exposed rock. Tech companies often employ exposed ducts and other materials in their office interiors.
Inhale.
To breathe in air or a different substance, such as smoke.
Examples:
Inhale the smoke. Inhale the aroma. He inhaled deeply, trying to calm down.
Liver.
A large organ in the body, involved in many metabolic processes, such as detoxification of the organism and the synthesis of proteins.
Examples:
Liver disease. Fatty liver. The patient will undergo liver transplant surgery tomorrow.
Kidney.
Either of a pair of small organs in the body that filter waste products, especially urea, from the blood and excrete them and water in urine.
Examples:
An artificial kidney. Chronic kidney disease. The surgeon removed the healthy kidney from the donor.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Damage.
To harm or cause injury to something or someone, often resulting in decreased value or functionality. To impair or negatively affect something, such as a reputation or relationship. Noun, harm or injury that is caused to a person, thing, or entity.
Examples:
Damage a relationship. Damage assessment. During the surgery, the doctor had to be extremely cautious not to damage a blood vessel.
Transport.
A system for moving people or products from one location to another using automobiles, roads, and so on.
Examples:
Transport facilities. Access to public transport. Enhanced rail transportation is crucial for our business.
Unpleasant.
Not enjoyable or comfortable.
Examples:
Unpleasant behavior. With unpleasant body odor. It is unpleasant to see criminal behavior even though it is minor.
Ulcer.
A sore or erosion in the skin or mucous membrane, Often caused by infection or inflammation, a persistent, painful cavity in the stomach or intestinal wall that can lead to digestive problems.
Examples:
Mouth ulcer, gastric ulcer. The stress of the job caused him to develop an ulcer in his stomach.
Lesion.
A damaged or abnormal area of tissue in the body, usually caused by injury or disease.
Examples:
Muscle lesion, brain lesion. The doctor examined the lesion on the patient's skin to determine if it was cancerous.
Hypothesize.
To form or present a theory or explanation without sufficient evidence, to speculate.
Examples:
Hypothesize as to outcomes. Hypothesize what could have happened. Scientists hypothesize that the new fish species evolved to survive in deep-sea environments.
Trophic.
Of or relating to feeding and nutrition, of or relating to the relationships between organisms and their food sources.
Examples:
Trophic factor, trophic transfer. The trophic level of an organism determines its position in the food chain.
Cascade.
A small waterfall or series of small waterfalls, a succession of stages or operations or processes or units.
Examples:
Cascade connection, transistor cascade. The cascade of waterfalls in the national park was a breathtaking sight.
Wipe.
To clean or dry something by rubbing with a piece of cloth or paper or one's hand and removing dirt, food, or liquid.
Examples:
Wipe off dirt. Wipe with water. Please wipe your sweat with this towel.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement, decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Obvious.
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples:
Obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Kelp.
A large brown seaweed that grows in cold coastal waters.
Examples:
Kelp forest. Giant kelp. The coast was lined with beds of kelp swaying in the tide.
Whale.
A very large sea mammal that has a streamlined body and breathes through a blowhole on the head. A very large person, impressive in size or qualities.
Examples:
A bull whale. Whale watching. Some countries have a culture of eating the flesh of a whale.
Specific.
Clearly defined or particular to a certain thing or situation, distinct, explicit, and precise.
Examples.
Specific instructions. Industry-specific regulations. The scientist conducted a study that provided specific details about the species' behavior.
Barnacle.
A type of crustacean that attaches itself to hard surfaces underwater, such as rocks, ships, or docks. A metaphorical term used to describe a person or object that is difficult to remove or separate from another person or object.
Examples.
Barnacle growth. Barnacle removal. The bottom of the boat was covered in barnacles, slowing its speed in the water.
Attach.
To fasten, join, or connect one thing to another.
Examples.
Attach firmly. Attach a file to an email. He does not attach importance to these rumors.
Decimate.
To destroy a significant portion of something or reduce by 10%, to cause extensive destruction or severe damage, to drastically reduce in size or number.
Examples.
Decimate population. Decimate economy. The hurricane decimated the small town, leaving behind destruction and devastation.
Replace.
To take the place of something.
Examples.
Replace one word with another. Replace a phone. Eventually, the new design will replace all older models.
Invasive.
Spreading very quickly, and often aggressively, and difficult to stop.
Examples.
Invasive breast cancer. Invasive species. The invasive disease can spread quickly and potentially cause a global pandemic.
Rip.
To tear something or be torn violently or suddenly.
Examples.
Rip a notebook apart. Rip a hole in the roof. During transit, the stuff may rip off the luggage tag.
Launch.
To send or propel something into the air or space using a device such as a rocket, missile, or spacecraft. To make something available or on sale for the first time.
Examples.
Launch a spaceship into orbit. Launch a big attack. The company is set to launch its new product line next month.
Secrecy.
The state or quality of being kept hidden or private, the act of keeping something confidential or unknown to others.
Examples.
Government secrecy. Maintain secrecy. The company's secrecy surrounding its new product launch has created consumer excitement and anticipation.
Assess.
To judge or decide the nature or quality of someone or something.
Examples:
Assess a tax of £10. Assess the quality. Our company needs to assess the business impact of climate change.
Intelligent.
Having the capacity for thought and reason, especially to a high degree.
Examples:
An intelligent person. Intelligent assisting system. Intelligent robots that can cooperate with humans have limited motor output for safety.